So, what does the aperture do? The aperture is an opening into the lens that allows light to enter the camera, and it is the main source for the depth of field. The number version of the aperture changes the size of the aperture. The higher the f-stop number, the smaller the opening and the less light that is allowed to pass through. The first thing you're going to do is change your camera to manual. I know it's scary, but I'll walk you through what to do. On your LCD panel, you will see lots of numbers and diagrams, but don't freak out. All you're going to want to do is find the aperture button on the top of your camera. Hold this button down and start scrolling your dial until you are at the f-stop number f2. If your camera is unable to reach f2, just go to the lowest possible f-stop number. Focus your camera on the model who is in the foreground. Now ready, set, click! The next f-stop we are going to is f5. Focus your camera again and take your photo. Lastly, change your f-stop to f10. Our first picture that we took at f2 has a very shallow depth of field. Depth of field shows how much sharp focus there is in your picture. When our f-stop number is the smallest, this is when our aperture gets the biggest. Now, let's look at the image that we took at f5. This depth of field is more of a medium, shallow depth of field on our background. Our last picture that we took at f10, as you can see, has the greatest depth of field. We can see the most detail in the background at f10, since the aperture is the smallest. Well, I hope this helped teach you how to change your aperture and also helped you visualize what your images will look like with different size apertures. Have fun with different depths of field in your pictures.